Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft, and today is video 2 of basic camping gear. And I just went over tents and how that's probably going to be the first thing you go to, but I'm also going to go over my hammock gear because there's a lot of advantages to hammocking that you might find in your best interest. So stay tuned. Okay, so when I go family camping, I have a tent. Okay, in my family, we all share a tent together, and we have a lot of luxuries when I'm with my family. When I go solo camping, I usually find some woods, I backpack in, set up camp, and we have a lot of state land around here. That's why. So I go to some state land, I hike in, and I set up camp. And so what I do is I hammock camp. And the reason I hammock camp instead of just buying a backpacking tent is there's a lot of advantages to hammock camping. One is this is my hammock, okay? I can put this at the bottom of my pack, and save it for when I get to camp. And then this is my tent, or my tarp, rather. This is my tarp. I can put this at top, and so when it starts to rain or something and I need shelter, this is at the top. I can set this up, get out of the rain, and I don't have to set up my hammock till later. Okay? So I can still have a large area of space outside to do whatever it is I need to do, even in the rain. And it's a lot more personal. Okay, there's a huge learning curve to hammock camping. There's a million options for every single aspect of hammock camping, and so to find your sweet spot could take a lifetime. I am very comfortable with my setup, but I'm constantly evolving it, and I'm constantly improving it, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so to share this with you, I'm going to go over each piece of kit and why I feel I needed it over a tent, okay? So we're going to start with my hammock. I have a Trek Lite double wide hammock. Now a lot of people think that the double wide means 2 people can lay in it. That's not really true. The double wide just means that there's extra fabric so that you can sleep at a diagonal a lot more comfortable. And laying at a complete diagonal in a hammock makes you lay a lot flatter. So it's more like laying on a bed than it is banana shaped like a hammock when you get your sag. And I use a ridgeline so that I have a constant sag. I've found my sweet spot in my amount of sag, and I put a ridgeline on it so that I know when I set this up, I'm always going to be at that angle that I love so much. Also, the way that I suspend my hammock is with cinch buckles, and you can get whoopee slings, and you can get cinch buckles, and you can get them Dallas chain things, and there's a lot of ways to set up a hammock. And I have cinch buckles from Dutchware, and I like them a lot, but it's super easy to adjust my hammock. It's super easy to set it up, but sometimes them buckles don't lock, and I go to sit in it to test where I'm at, and I straight to the ground. And it's that part I don't like about it, but I don't know what else to get from here. So it's gonna do for now, and as soon as I find something that strikes my fancy, I'll probably upgrade, but for right now, this is what I got. All right, and then with my hammock, I live in Minnesota, where the state bird is the mosquito. There are mosquitoes, what almost feels like year-round. Even in the middle of winter, you'll find them buzzing around your house or work, and you're like, how the heck? But they're everywhere. And so a bug net is a must where I come from. And so I have a Trek Light hammock bug net, and then I also have just a bug net that I can hang from my ridge line, and it'll just drape over me. And I actually got this one from Battle Box, and I was super excited to get it because it's so much lighter and so much smaller. It's like the size of a softball when you squish it up, or this one doesn't get much smaller than this. But what I found is I kind of prefer the weight and the bulk because it has a zipper and it's easy to get in and out, and it fully encloses me, where this one just drapes over the top. And so mosquitoes kind of find their way in and they bite me through my hammock. Where with this, you're enclosed all the way. So there's no way they can get you unless you leave the zipper open. So I kind of prefer this one better. Even though this one's lighter and smaller, it's worth the weight and bulk to not have to deal with the mosquitoes. So that's why I have those. And then when it comes to tarps, there's 100,000 different tarps out there, and they all work perfectly for hammock camping. It's just a matter of what you enjoy. And so for me, I started with a blue Walmart tarp, and I just put it on a ridge line. I put a piece of rope from one tree to the other, put it in an A-frame, and I took the corners and I tied them out, and that's what I did. I did that, I think, once, and I loved hammock camping so much. I went and I got Jacks Are Better hex cut tarp, cat cut tarp, whichever you call it. And I spent the money and I got a special hammock tarp because they're quieter, for one, and for two, they set up over your hammock a lot nicer. And then what I also did is I got a Dutchware ridge line, which is super light, super strong, and it fits right in the bag with it. I also bought snake skins, and what snake skins are is they're like pantyhose for your tarp. So they go over your tarp, and then your ridge line, the rope sticks out the ends. So you tie it to the tree, and then you have a tube, right? So then you can go to the middle and you slide the one snakeskin off, and then you only have half your tarp out. So if it's really windy or the conditions aren't ideal, you only have half your tarp to deal with. You tie your one side out, you tie the other side out, and then you move the snakeskin on the other side, and then you only are dealing with that half. And it makes it a lot easier to set up your tarp in not so optimal conditions. So this is my first tarp. Well, technically my second tarp, but I call it my first tarp because, like I said, I only used that blue tarp one time. And then from there, I love this tarp, but it doesn't give me a lot of coverage. You know, it's just enough to keep me dry. There's really no privacy. There's no nothing. So I went and I got an AquaQuest King Camo tarp, and this thing is huge. And what I plan to do with this, I haven't had it out yet, but what I plan to do is I plan to take it out, show you guys how I set up my tarps for hammock camping on film, and then I just leave them set up. This is set up. It has all the ridge lines, guidelines, everything right in this package. And I'm going to do the same thing with this tarp, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. And so as soon as I get a day out in the woods where I'm not constantly working, I'm going to set this tarp up, set my hammock up, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this all works. But this tarp is going to be a lot bigger. It's going to cover me completely. It's almost going to be like a tent with a hammock inside of it. And I'm excited because that means a lot more winter camping. It means a lot more out in the element camping, you know, when there's a big storm, you know. I'll be completely enclosed, so I'll be dry. I'll be safe. And so that really, this will be a game changer for me, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, hammock camping. I'm really I really like hammock camping. If you couldn't tell, pretty passionate about it. I plan to get even further into it. So, as always, don't forget to subscribe. Come join the pack. Don't forget to leave your knowledge and your questions in the comment section. And thumbs up. Let me know if I'm on the right track getting you guys out there having fun. So, thanks, guys.